going to different agencies and we're asking them about their agency, what their agency does, and what demographic their agency targets?
The primary responsibility of youth bureaus is to create collaborations, macro collaborations in the community, to develop support systems to help those kids at risk, and also to provide educational programming to the general student population. It might be substance abuse, it could be driving safety, it could be a wide variety of anti-violence programs, anti-bullying programs, all of those type of educational programs to support the general student population as well as the kids at risk. So that's what our main job is kind of if you envision, let's say the spokes of a wheel, and you have the hub, the center of the hub. The center of the hub is the Youth Bureau, and all the spokes represent collaborations, connections with service providers who can help service those kids and those needs that we have. So it's our job to bring those services in and to align them with the needs of the community.
So, out of all these programs that you provide, what do you think sets you apart the most from other agencies?
I think, well, youth bureaus are unique in that our job is to work with all agents. So we really are a comprehensive service provider or a service connection between the youth and family and their need.
Okay. Now, in all these services that you provide, do you feel that you have a great need for volunteers?
It really depends on what their level of expertise is. If they're volunteers in the area of, let's say, a required certification in the mental health field, for example, yeah, we can always use those volunteers. We could use volunteers in mentoring, which is very important. So primarily in the mentoring area would be or tutoring, after school programs, for example, working with the younger kids and helping to tutor other kids. Those are areas of volunteerism that we need help with. Mentoring, after school programs, because those are costly, and today budgets are very, very tight.
Right. What challenges do you mostly face concerning volunteers?
It seems that involvement is one of those issues, one of those problems with getting people, and it seems to be there's less people interested in being involved. Maybe they're working, they have other stresses at home, whatever the reason is. But we need to be specific. When we talk about volunteers, we need to be specific about the tasks that we're looking for them to do at the time that we're looking for them to do it, and the results that we're looking to obtain. And I think that's where we kind of fall short in getting volunteers, is looking at the results that we're trying to get and obtain.
What are your future plans? Like, where would you like to see the Youth Service Bureau going with what they're doing?
Other than daily and weekly and monthly programs, from a higher level, from a future standpoint, we would support in a prevention way, in a preventative way, support the school system and or parents and the police department in a referral process called redirecting youth. It is not a punitive process, it's a educational process where instead of waiting for a kid to get in trouble, we will offer a referral process. And and support, let's say, in-school suspension. We will have an educational program. It might be involving juvenile justice area and laws about the trouble they're getting into or the potential trouble they can be getting into. It might be a life skills support program for them on handling, let's say, anger management or conflict resolution. And we would offer that program on a regular basis in the school system and provide that curriculum for the youth who are having problems. And this way here we can avoid them getting arrested or getting suspended or worse, expelled from school.
Now, you mentioned grant funding before, and I understand you've received a grant from Valley United Way.
Right.
Now, could you tell us about what program you received the grant for and what you plan on doing with the grant?
Yeah. This is an anti-violence program called, I'm not sure what I title it, Solutions Through Respect, is I believe what it is. Solutions Through Respect, not violence, or not conflict. And what happens here is that when these skits go on, there's an audience. And primarily there's let's say 15 participants or 20 participants in the skit itself, and then there's an audience. And the audience might be students from the school. Maybe in the evening it might be parents or city officials. And so they run through the script, the script, and they may stop the script halfway and then discuss the issue with the students in the audience and say, well, how else could we have addressed this problem? How else could you have responded to this problem? And what's a better way, a more effective way of responding to this situation? Have you ever had a situation like this? So that's this whole psychodrama thing, is acting out real life situations, learning how to react in a positive way, and developing social skills so that they're equipped to be more effective as they go on. So that's what the grant is for.
Okay. Now, if there was any kind of support you were looking for from the Valley United Way or from the community or from the Valley in general, what kind of support would it be? Are you looking for monetary donations or more volunteers? What would be your main thing that you'd be looking for?
Right now, I think volunteers would be good to be involved in the program itself.
Right.
That would be great to get someone else that's involved in the actual program. So that would be good. I think that right now, what I would like to see is having us have the ability to drive the awareness of this program. This is a very important program. There are other schools that are doing this, so I think that if we can if the volunteers can help out and create an awareness and come away with an awareness of how important and effective this program is and will be, and I think that's how they can help out, by really being involved.